Bruh, still no other belt with a passive. Crossplay? Crossplay would be nice. It would definitely increase the player base. It would definitely. But I don't know how that's gonna work between let's say like a PS5 player with the newer Xbox, I think what Series S or X, whatever it is. But I don't know. It would be great though. It would be. It's just gonna be that problem between like next gen players playing with old gen players because the game's probably not gonna be greatly optimized on old gen, and the syncing, the loading times it's a lot to consider with the old gens, but it would definitely be great. I would not mind it. I wish a lot of games would do them. Because I think like yesterday I looked at Minecraft because I haven't been on that in like forever, and I think they just came out with their realms, which is basically their servers, and then they got crossplay now too. So they're at least moving in the right direction. It actually makes me wonder because I don't know if the services are still up for Xbox 360, so I wonder if you could actually play with people from Xbox 360. I miss 360 though. I wish I never did give mine away. Some really fun games on there. Yeah, I think Minecraft actually has crossplay now. Let me see real quick to be sure. Because I think I saw it on like a pop-up. It said that. So it says right here when I look it up. But see, I think the gimmick of it is like you can actually link your Microsoft account for PlayStation, and I think that's what they do for like the crossplay. I think that's how they do their crossplay is a Microsoft account. So it's kind of clever because they didn't make like a they technically didn't make like a whole setting for it, but they technically did. They basically just use their own asset they have of them having Microsoft accounts. So it's clever, very clever. But yeah, that makes I didn't. That's crazy though. You can do it with people on mobile, but I'm wondering. Like I said, I don't know if Xbox 360 still has their live services up, so it makes me wonder if you could play with somebody from that. Different versions. Are you talking about like update version or console version? Because I mean, technically, if they have it where you can play with mobile people, you should be able to play with the other ones. But it would make sense if they didn't. It would make sense. Because I think the last time I saw, like, whenever I played Minecraft back on 360, I think the last major update I remember seeing them have before I moved was probably the jungle biomes when they added that. I think that was the last thing I remember seeing back whenever I was playing it on 360. I remember my friend would get like the map packs off PC, and he would get like some parkour maps for us, and we would do those on console. He'd copy them to a USB and then copy them over. That was so fun. Yeah, they are a sucky version, especially when they added the Minecraft store now, where you can buy those like those skin packs that other people make, you know, those maps and all that, those resource packs, I think they call them. They suck. They are really playing with console people's emotions when it comes to like having mods. It sucks that we can't have them. You would have so many more people playing like Minecraft on console then. Or at least, you know, people who already have it on console, they would play it more if you had the mods. Dang, and now that I think about it too, I just remembered a lot of games are coming out next year that I'm actually interested in, so it's gonna kind of suck since Last Recollection will be out. Cause there's like what that Grand Blue game. I've never seen Grand Blue, like actually played any of the stuff really, or even watched it. But I had a friend show me the new one that's coming out, and I'm interested in it. And then some other stuff that's coming out, even for like mobile and all that. Source packs are just no. Nobody wants those. Nobody wants to pay for that crap. It's not the same. And I don't see why they can't do it because we've already seen other games actually have mods, like Skyrim. Skyrim ended up getting mods. Fallout got mods. Like, I don't know how the process goes with getting mods onto like a console game, but Minecraft should be able to do it if those other two were able to. And then another thing I noticed whenever I was on the Minecraft yesterday was like the Microsoft account that I have that I'm using for it. I don't know if it's just like maybe my like internet for it or I don't know what it is, but I always try to sign up into it and it doesn't sign me in. Like it always it says something, but it always just doesn't sign me in after I enter all the stuff. I had it connected before, and it just doesn't want to do it now. But I think it's only mainly used for crossplay anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. Please, game, just give me a belt with the passives. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't play it anymore really either. I just downloaded it to see like the newer update, and then just to see what they had up in that resource pack store since I've been gone. Like I think the last time I played it was 2020-ish or maybe like 2021-ish because whenever we were waiting for most of the stuff on AL and I had already basically caught up with everything, I was playing a world with one of my friends a little bit. Not a lot though. Minecraft is the type of game that's only better with mods or with friends, especially on console. You already don't have mods, and playing by yourself is just it's not really fun. You get bored very quickly. At least for me, I do. And I still need to get back to my other games as well, like Soul Hackers. I still need to finish that game. I've had that since release and I haven't even beat it. I don't even know if I'm close. I would have to probably check the trophies to see. And then Genshin, they had the new banner. Well, not a new banner, but they had a new character release, a 4-star. I call her Sleepy Time NyQuil, but I was pulling on that. I was pulling on Yai's banner because I'd rather have Yai than Child, and I got Yai, won the 50-50, and I got like Layla. I think her name was Layla, but Sleepy Time NyQuil girl. I got her to C2, I think, or C1. Got Haijo as well because I didn't have him. So I think I got every 4-star now. Yeah, yeah, I think I got every 4-star now. Because I was saving all my primos for Shinha to come back, but I don't think she's coming back till like early next year or sometime around there. So I just went ahead and used them. You haven't touched AO in a bit? Man, honestly, if I wasn't working right now, I would have finished all my stuff. I would have finished all my apostles. I probably would have had everything already in memory shop. I would have been done. Like, technically right now, I want to stop because all that's left for me to do is my apostles, get Rogu's 5-star, and then just get the other 5-stars from Memory Arena, which is easy now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and technically get all my axe and shield sword skills to 3-star. That's mainly it. But like, probably after I get Rogu's weapon and then get the other 5-stars out of the memory arena, I think I might just kind of stop for a bit and just take it really slow on my apostles. I'll probably still be doing them every day, like do a certain amount of levels every day or just a little amount. But I probably won't be mainly playing this. That's pretty much when I'll be done, is when I get Rogu's and get the other 5-stars. I would like to have at least like one of every weapon type that's really good to max level, just to have, but that's also something I would just do way later on, or just not do at all, because I mainly only use dual wield, and like right now I'm just using 2-hand because I already maxed it. But yeah, there's not much. There's not much for me. Still got to get the personas and animals maxed on the on Kurihas, Aluska, Premier, and Tia, and then Idas. I still got to get those too. But yeah, it's kind of like a bittersweet moment for me being practically being done with this game. I'm glad because I can focus on some other stuff, but also kind of sad because I've played this so much. This is the game. This is the one game out of all that I've ever played that I've put this much time and investment into. What have you been mostly playing recently then? Let's see. Stopped after being DLC 2 once and stopped because I don't level the apostles all the way up super slowly. Yeah, makes sense. Uh, I didn't. Like right now, I could technically stop because I'm most likely not going to use the Forget Me Not, and I don't care to get the 5-star katana for Medina. It's more like I guess, just completing it, having the feeling of it's done, that I want. I don't know. So let's see, the new COD, Roblox, HR, Overwatch, whatever your friends want to play. So are you Xbox then? Because I know Xbox has Roblox. Either you're playing Roblox on PC or Xbox. New COD. I stopped playing COD pretty much. I don't play Call of Duties anymore. They're not great to me anymore. I just want a BO2 remake. Overwatch. I've tried Overwatch 2 already. I'm waiting for the PvE. And then HR. HR is fun. Stupid busted though. The game is way too easy. Yeah. So Xbox. That's kind of another thing that kind of sucks. Like if you, I don't know if you're actually into the SAO series, but because what Xbox only has Fatal Bullet, AL, and then HR, right? That's all y'all got, isn't it? No HR. So are you playing HR on PlayStation? Switch? Wow. Yeah, Xbox has shafted for the SAO games. I think really the main reason I even came to PlayStation was because the SAO games at first, but also because they already had other games I wanted to play as well. That's the main reason I moved. Dang though, so they only got Fatal Bullet and what AL and then Last Recollection. Dang, that sucks because that's probably where most of the Fatal Bullet players come from that want to say everything else sucks. Because typically it's probably going to be the Fatal Bullet players from Xbox or people who just played Fatal Bullet first because it had guns. Yeah, they really do. That's what I don't like. They don't get anything really for those. And if they do, it's probably like the more mainstream ones, I would kind of say, but even for mainstream ones, they barely get them. Yeah, that's one big difference. Yeah, I imagine that's how most people were because, yeah, I mean, besides AL, Fatal Bullet is all y'all had. So you technically don't know anything else that's good about SAO besides Fatal Bullet. And that's what kind of sucks too because there'll be the Xbox people that are the Fatal Bullet bandwagons. They'll be like, "Oh, well, you can make your character. You don't have to play as Kirito. You're still Kirito at the end of the day. You're just not called Kirito." I never understood that when people say Fatal Bullet, you make your own character. You're not as Kirito. I don't get that. But I wish Xbox had at least the other SAO games, so people wouldn't have to be just Fatal Bullet only mainly. I wish they did so people could at least try them. Most people won't even try them, even if they do have them. I've seen so many people having Hollow Fragment and they only have the tutorial trophy. Yeah, he's an NPC, but your character is still Kirito. You just don't have like a large harem. And you're not called Kirito, but you still are Kirito. And the story for Fatal Bullet just I only played the base game. I don't know the DLC story. But the story sucked for Fatal Bullet. It was bad. It was so obvious. The open world was large, but it had nothing to it. It's like a Lost Song. It's a big open world, but it's practically empty, you know? And then people want to complain about farming up in AL. Meanwhile, they farm Night Sky and Blue Rose up in Fatal Bullet. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, nobody likes to farm an AL, but how you gonna like say you don't want to do that when you farm up an AL? I mean, Fatal Bullet like that. It's not about the farming, it's just you don't like the game. There's plenty of games with terrible RNG. Plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Borderlands, for example. I just like the series. Like even Axel World versus SAO. I didn't get it because of the story. I just got it because I liked the series, and I wanted to. I wanted to try it, but at the same time, I kind of didn't because it was still by the same people that did Lost Song, and at that time, I didn't really like Lost Song. It's my least favorite, but the gameplay changes were better than Lost Song, so. It's like even for like for example, the Danmachi game that came out for console. It's garbage. It's terrible. I knew that when I first saw the trailers for it, but I still got it because I like Danmachi. I haven't beat it. I haven't beat it, but I got it because I like Danmachi. Don't know why they let a Vita company pick that up, but they ruined that. Still wondering where that quintuplet game is because I have a JP account and I look on the store, but I never see it. It came out like June of this year or last year, and I mean I've seen gameplay of it a little bit, but it actually doesn't have a digital copy from what I'm seeing. I want to play that game so bad, but it's JP only right now. I don't think we'll ever get a Western release. You like games with endgame grinding? For me, like before I got into AL, I don't know. It really kind of depended on me because if I like it enough and I want it enough, I'll go get like say like a character's ultimate weapon or something. I'll go do that. But games like this, like AL is kind of a new one to me, I guess you can say, especially in the SAO series, because the only other game that's farming wise similar to AL is going to be Fatal Bullet. And I didn't play Fatal Bullet a lot, so I didn't farm. So this is technically like a new thing to me. I mean, I've played other games, like I guess you can count Destiny, even though it's completely random, basically. But I remember, farming the raids there. That was fun too. Every week, doing it on all three characters, farming. That was fun. And even for this, I guess what really makes it fun for me in this game is the combat. The combat just always pulls me back. It's just something about it. I just like it. Actually, scratch that. I think the other next farming game would be the Attack on Titan. Having to max out your character stuff, maxing out gear. Yeah. It's not like nothing's random. It's just mostly farming the material and the money to upgrade it and everything. But yeah, it's like nothing compared to this. If I was comparing this game's RNG to any of the other ones I played, I don't think anything comes close. Cause everything on this is random. That's the thing. If it's not a piece of gear that's fixed stats by the devs, then it's completely random. And it just makes you feel even better once you like get it. Like do it big damage numbers. Yeah. Yeah. That's fun too. But yeah, that's probably what it is mostly. It's just the gameplay pulls me, and then for if I was to say something about the RNG aspect, it would be, you feel good once you get it. Now it sucks whenever they make a new update and then new gear comes out and it gets replaced. Because I remember once I got a really good dagger from Supreme Raid that I was happy with. The mob drop one. Right when I got it, I practically had no time to use it because I think what DLC 2 was about to come out, and it easily got replaced. But I still have a lot of the old gears, all that stuff that I farmed hard for, especially my Skyrims. Oh my god, farming that. I'm glad I did that before Spear got released, cause man, that would suck. But there's definitely a lot of good memories for this. Even if the RNG sucks, it was just happy to get it at that time. And I think that's what like a lot of the West region players, I think that's one thing they just don't see up in these type of games. Like obviously West region players don't like to grind, even though they'll grind heavily in these other games. They don't like RNG. Well, nobody in general likes RNG. And they'll just be easily to complain. Like you don't want to, like it'll make no sense because there'll be a certain player, they'll be like, oh, I want to get to end game, enjoy end game, but I don't want to farm. Like what? How are you gonna get to end game if you don't even want to farm? How are you gonna enjoy end game then? Like if somebody literally gives you the stuff, how are you gonna enjoy end game? You're not gonna know how to use it or anything. You're literally gonna get it if they give you like a save or something. You're gonna get it, play it for a little bit, then just drop the game. That's it. And then another thing that sucked too was Fatal Bullet. They got the leaderboards. And then when the modders hit that game, oh man. I feel bad for the people who actually like devote their time to that game and try to break records. I hate that for them. Even in Attack on Titan, people mod on there. I remember seeing a video of a dude showing his save of Attack on Titan, and I look in the comment section and I see a popular Attack on Titan YouTuber that I knew him because I watched him before, and he's like, "Oh, so this is what happened to the leaderboards." Like it's sad. And that game doesn't even have anything like PvP aspect besides like some of the other game modes, which nobody plays anymore. There is nobody playing those. Other than that, it's just all basically PvE, like stats. That's why in the next game and just like even in future SAO games, do not bring back PvP or any leaderboard. Do not. Even up in the Tales game series, people will mod. I remember seeing Tales of Vesperia, people having clear times of negative and everything else. Like, it makes no sense. In some games, I will say, it's fun to mod up in them. Like obviously Minecraft, Borderlands as well. That's fun. But like for certain games, like this one, the main excuse I'll see for people who use them is like they don't have time. But to me, that excuse is so drawn out. I do not believe anybody when they say they don't have time. You say you don't have time, and then you'll probably be playing another game mostly every day. Because I remember seeing a dude, he said he didn't have time to farm on AL. And then meanwhile, I see him farming on Genshin, which, in my opinion, is way worse for RNG. I wonder if they're gonna bring back fishing in Last Recollection as well. I wouldn't mind fishing to come back, but make the stuff actually pretty good, because I think out of all the fishing gear in this, I think there was like a good accessory, but out of the weapons, I think the real main good one to me was the dagger, since it had the cooldown passive. I mean, I don't think they'll bring it back up in the next game, but if they did, it'd be nice if it was better. Honestly, it really didn't do anything. Like, sure, you get some of the fish for some food recipes, but you literally don't need them. I think besides the strength incarnation, I mean not incarnation, besides the strength food, besides the probably like an attack food early on, besides maybe a skill connect food, the only other food I can see you using that actually uses a fish is one that affects the hazard gauge. I think I might have it up in here. Yeah, it's this one, the Cliffian shrimp pasta, because it uses the red shrimp or whatever it is from the fishing. This is like the only one I'd say you would probably really use. Of course, the drop rate one as well too. But that's like the only fishing plate I think you would pretty much use. There's another one right there too. But yeah, because I mean, all these fish, where, let me see where they at. They just don't get used. Yeah, like right here, all these. There's probably some more somewhere up here. Yeah, like red shrimp. The red shrimp, the Inctopus, and then the Arawa fish, I think that's how you pronounce it. Those are really the main ones I even have. But sometimes, like fishing, there's also fishing treasure. But the main thing you would only get from fishing treasure is gold nuggets, which actually sell for quite a bit, so it can be kind of good early on if you're doing a lot of fishing, so you can get some money. Prismatic marble, which doesn't do anything, so you can just sell it. Antique currency doesn't do anything, you can sell it. Rusted bucket, nothing. And that's it. Like those are the four things right there that you can get from a treasure. But then you can also get a weapon and a accessory. I don't think I have any of them. I don't think I have any of them anymore, but I do have like that old video of it. But I don't think I have a fishing weapon anymore. Oh wait, no, I do. I do. It's the one hand. I have two of these, the ghost one. I kept these only because they have one vitality. But this is what you could have got. Like this is the sword for it. It just only came with vitality, I believe, and the attack. And then the passive heal area of effect, and then I think the other one was like HP regen maybe. But these could have been like pretty decent, like just early on in the story kinda. But you need certain fishing rods to get them, and then they're random stats. And then it's random to get it if you get a treasure, so nobody's really gonna get them. Oh, I'm sorting that by the weapon list. I didn't want to do that. When I first started playing, funny thing is, when I first started playing, I was downloading the game the day it came out. And once it got to where I could start the game, I went to go play it. And whenever it lets you play the game without having the whole thing downloaded, the farthest you could get is right before you and Yu-Gi-Oh go into the cave to go get Selka. So after that, I just went around and killed a bunch of stuff, got some, materials and all that. I was just doing that. And then I was also fishing a little bit. So that's why I was fishing a lot in the beginning. And then I would see like the videos on how to get the other fishing rods and stuff like that, do that, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was actually doing a lot of fishing. I think that out of between like fishing, I don't think it shows up in any of these menus, but between fishing, alchemy, engraving, and smithing, I think fishing was probably the first one I got maxed. Just about. It would either be fishing or smithing because the crafting glitch. And see, another thing too is I hope if they add those back again, like smithing levels and stuff, make them actually do something, because they don't do anything in this game. I really wish they made it do something, maybe have better RNG, something. And please, 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 in the next game, have Liz be a smith. I don't know why they went the entirety of this game without making Liz a smith. She literally was training with the guy that made Kirito's Night Sky. And the only time she ever even made a weapon, I think, was during her apostle. And then after the end of the character updates. Like, that sucks. She's known to be a smith, but we can't even use her. She should have been the one where we actually could, like, craft some 5-star gear or something. But yeah, then they removed that fishing daily quest. I remember the fishing daily quest, and then I think there was one for literally jumping like 50 times. I don't know why they ever even had that. And then also in the next game, don't make no swim boosters or anything like that. Please don't make that stuff because they served no purpose in this game. There's no raids, no nothing that you go through actual water for. The only time you really go through water was during story mode in the South region. And another thing too is I hope they make it to where. See, I really wish they would have like the passive system how it was up in like HR, especially whenever like HR introduced the arena ranks, and you could get some stuff for like movement speed. Like, I would love passives like that that are just always active. You don't have to equip them. You know, just for movement speed or something, you know? Because I think the running in this game, I think it's faster than, I think it's faster than Hollow Fragment. It should be. Because I know in Hollow Fragment, I think the only way you can increase your movement speed is maybe some gear effects. But I do know there's like a ring or something that I had that increased my movement speed. I don't know how much faster it makes. It's too slow. And then hopefully if we do have raids up in that game, just make it to where after we complete it the first time, we can already skip the cutscenes for it. Please. It'd be nice if we could just complete it a certain amount of times, and after we do it, like say like complete the raid 10 times, and then you can just automatically walk to the boss. Because like these type of SAO games, a player shouldn't have to like complete the whole raid segment for just a boss. It shouldn't be mandatory every time. It should be after a certain point, you know, you can choose to just go there. Because if you don't want to get some of the other items, you just want to go to the boss, do that. Speaking of jumping into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the blades, there was a blade affinity chart node, which is just a skill tree where you had to jump like 10,000 times. What? 10,000 jumps? No, 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 no. Set up a macro. Just set up a macro. Macro or turbo controller. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't make sense to me. It's just, why? You know? And another thing I will say too about the last Recollection game, what they showed up in the trailers, like I said, it's a very big step for the SAO game series, which people now have very high hopes for it. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, you got You got some great stuff looking from the trailer, but now you got all the people kind of hyped for it because it's looking new and everything. And if it's flopping, then yeah, you just missed out. There's a spot in the game where you could get it done quickly. Was it like a spot to where you could stand under something and it would like make your jump shorter, so you could just like spam it over and over real quickly? Okay, yeah. I've never played Xenoblade. I've never watched anything from it either. If I ever get a Switch, I do want to try the game series though. I've heard good things about it. You know, now that I think about it, when we had that jumping daily quest back in the day, we probably had a way we could just shorten the jump height by putting a steel block above us. I didn't even think about that. I think there was also one for sprinting. I can't remember though. It's been way too long. Yeah, that's what everybody says about them. Does it have like a lot of farming up in it too? I mean, I don't mind the farming. Depends on the game. Okay. Another one I want to try too. My friend has played the series, but I do want to try the Trials of Cold Steel series as well. I really want to try that. There's so many games I want to try that either just came out that I never knew about or never just tried, or some of them that I knew about but they just recently came on. Like I recently noticed PlayStation has been putting some PC games on the store, and I noticed that back whenever they introduced Angels of Death. I've watched the anime, and they introduced that game on here, and then they just recently put The Witch's House on here as well, which I've already seen it, but I would definitely like to have it. Would be amazing if they came out with the Crooked Man on there. That is such a classic. Those old RPG horror games back then, I remember watching Markiplier and all them play it. Those were such classics. Bruh, still no belt. Come on, game. I'm gonna really try to get this to 900 tonight, at least. And then tomorrow I should be able to finish it all. Hopefully. Then that will be 2 apostles down and 6 more to go. Don't know who I'll go to next though. I really don't. I really don't feel like doing Gleam Eyes. I sure as hell don't feel like doing Skull Reaper. Skull Reaper will probably be my last one. And then the Persona series, I think what isn't Xbox gonna get Persona 4 and 3? Because I know they're making those as well now for the next gen and all that. I can't wait to try P4 because I have P3 on PlayStation 3, but I'll probably get it again. I never beat it though. But P4 I can't wait because I've never watched anything on it, never got to try it because I think originally it was mostly like Vita. I think it's on PS3, but it's not the golden version, which they're making the golden version now. And then I think for the P3 version they're making, I want to say it's the FES version maybe? I can't remember, I have to look. But are y'all getting the Persona games that they're coming out with again? Because I think those are mostly coming out on Switch. But I want to say Xbox is getting those. Check something right here. Oh, that's my stainless steel. I didn't even realize I had that. Okay, I wanted to see if that was different. I probably already sold it, but I wanted to see if there was anything different there. I need to get back on my anime grind too. I haven't even finished the season 2 of this anime that I was watching like probably 2 weeks ago. I haven't been watching them lately. I'd probably want to do Liz's Apostle next, because I do want to see how high I can get her HP now for pure tank. I'd mostly either want to do hers next or probably Silica's, even though I would hate to do Gleam Eyes. Another feature they should have added for this is like for the apostles. Obviously, nobody wants to do this one level at a time. I think what they should have also added was make it to where you can challenge a version. So, like, let's say you have it at level 100. Make it to where you can choose to challenge it at level 110, and if you can beat it, then its level will be 110. So make it to where you can select it, 10 levels higher. If you beat the 10 level higher version, it'll be that level. I think that would have been better. It would still take some time, but only 10 kills for 100 levels. That's a big difference. So 859. You want to know what PS to be remade? I'm guessing by PS you mean PlayStation? I wish they would like for these next gen consoles and stuff. I really wish they would bring back all the uh, all the games. PlayStation 1, because I mean PS3 had PS1 games and PS2. PS4 I think had only what PS3 games maybe, and then PS5 just has PS4, and then technically PS3 if you have some of the stuff downloaded. Because I actually played like the very first Final Fantasy on PS3. And then I had another old Final Fantasy, I can't remember which one it was, on PS3 as well. I literally got PS3 mostly just to play some of those old games. It was mainly to play the Bleach game and to play the Final Fantasy 13 series. And then, of course, the Persona 3 and then possibly 4. And then I just decided to do the old Final Fantasy. Which the old Final Fantasies were hard. Oh my god. Because I think back then game industries were making like games that were harder instead of just longer. Because if it was harder, people would spend more time on it. I think that was their whole concept back then. Making some good progress on these levels though. We were at 826 and it's been about 2 hours. if I'm counting the other stream. It's been about 2 hours, and we've gotten over 25 levels. Legend of Dragoon to be a remake. I've heard that name, but I don't. I can't picture it. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I've seen like a picture of that game. I know I've heard the name. Let's see. Legend of Dragoon. Okay, yeah, I've never seen pictures or anything of it. It looks very similar to Final Fantasy, though. It looks like it'd be good. It was a really good RPG game. People say it was better than Final Fantasy. Wow. Yeah, it would have to be really good if people say that. And then, like, for me, I honestly never even knew about the Final Fantasy series till one day I was walking. I think it was either in a GameStop or this other store called Game Exchange. And this was back on 360, and I saw Final Fantasy 13, and I got it. Never beat the game. I think I only got past maybe like the first boss or two, and then I just stopped it. And I basically forgot about that series until I don't think I played another Final Fantasy game until Final Fantasy 15, and then that's whenever I found out like, oh, Final Fantasies, and that's whenever I got into them. 13's always been my favorite. I just love Lightning. It's really just Lightning I just mainly love. And after playing the game fully, like I just loved it. I still need to beat 13 too, and then Lightning Returns, which Lightning Returns will be the very first game I ever play that actually has a time limit, and that's gonna be hard, especially since you're only one character. You don't have teammates. And then I'm actually happy too, because PS5, they actually get Final Fantasy 15 for free. And I was thinking about buying that game again, but they have it for free with the Royal Edition, which is amazing. I think you get everything besides. I don't think you get the Arden DLC. I could be wrong. But, yeah, I can't wait to play that again. I love the music up in it. Like the music, I think it was called The Cure for Insomnia. It was so good. Yeah, see, that's another thing I saw. Like, whenever I was looking online, I saw a lot of people bashing 13, and I never understood why. Your favorite is 10 and 15? Yeah. Mine is 13, 15, and then I would say 7. I played 10, and I haven't beaten 10-2 yet. But 10 was actually kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. I got Titus's, or Titus, however you say his name. I got his ultimate weapon. It was a pain to get, but I liked it. I did. And then in 10-2, what I really liked about it was the dress spears. They were actually pretty cool. I remember, I forgot the dude's name. I think his name was Seymour or something in Final Fantasy X. Whenever you get to like towards the end of the game, when you fight him on like the mountain, that I actually got stuck on for a bit. That was hard. But see, another thing too is like with the Final Fantasy series, they typically always have like bad endings. But when I played Final Fantasy 15, whenever I was going through the story, I was honestly lost. I didn't understand the story at all, really, until I looked at a video about Arden. And then it all made sense. And it just shows, like, I didn't understand the story a lot, and there were some questionable choices up in the story that they decided to do. But the gameplay was just so good to me, it didn't matter. I just loved it. Same thing in 13. There's so many terms and stuff that they throw around in 13 that you can pretty much get lost pretty quickly, but the battle system was fun. Yeah, out of all the Final Fantasies I played, I think 10 is the hardest to get them. I think I only got Titus, and that was it. I was not going for anything else. I want to say I maybe got. What was that? Dude, Yojimbo in that game? Yojimbo, and then the other summon she has, the one that has like the chains around it and everything. Those are so cool. Yojimbo is cheese though. Yojimbo is so cheesy. I think that's the cheesiest thing in any Final Fantasy I've seen or played. And then 13, I don't think I got any of the ultimate weapons in 13. 15, I don't think I even did those either. I don't even think in 15 I got all the royal arms. I don't think I did. I remember when I last played though, it was when they added that Assassins Festival, and I did that. I forgot about it though. But now I'll probably play it soon again. Play it little by little. I'll probably do it whenever I finish Soul Hackers. But I'm gonna play through 15 again and then do all the DLC stories and stuff like that as well. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy that. And see, another thing that hit me so hard with 15 was at the end of the story. Like, the whole picture mechanic of the game was kind of cool, but whenever you get towards the end of the story, that's where it hits you so hard. The music playing in the background, going towards the final boss, and then you just get that option to choose a picture. That really got me in 15. The only thing I had wished up in that game was to see more of the ending, to see like a years later thing, to see where the other characters are and everything like that. That's the only thing I wished. But yeah, when I got to that picture part, man, I sat there for a good minute, man. Yeah, you can just do that. Save right before the fight, and then give him a little money or whatever. Give him how much, and then if he doesn't do it, just reset. It's so cheese with him. But it's kind of good because you can't really get him till like the end of the game, towards the end. But you'll still be able to use him in a bunch of other stuff in game. I think a lot of people though, when they got Yojimbo, they mostly used him on. I think it was when they used him on the Dark Aeons, because I think I used him on the Dark Aeon to just fight them real quick. The Spear Grip was also a cool mechanic as well to me. That was pretty neat. That Spear Grip was so massive. But it was a very cool mechanic to upgrade your characters and stuff. It wasn't like how it is, like you just level up, get better gear and stuff like that. That's where you actually have to unlock the stuff. A remake I want to see though too is, it technically doesn't need a remake because it's still good how it is, but I would love to see a Tales of Berseria remake with the Tales of Arise system. I would love that. Berseria is my top one in the whole series. I love it. You're going for Ren's ultimate weapon, and where I had to go was guarded by dark things. Ren. Who is Ren? You're talking about in Final Fantasy X, right? Oh, I don't remember. It's been a long while since I played 10, so I don't remember. I don't even remember really the main team. I remember Titus, Rika, Waka, and then I forgot the girl with all the black. I want to say her name started with the L. Was it Lisa? It was something, but I can't remember. And then I think the beast dude that was with us, his name started with a K, like Kahari. It was something with the K, I believe. Yeah, I should probably be able to get this dude 900. Probably, at least before 12 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. Because he's already 865 and it's close to 9 o'clock. The first chick you get in the game? Oh, wait. The first chick in the game, you're talking about the priest girl with the staff. Her name was... Wasn't it Yuna? Yeah, her name was Yuna. That's who that priest girl was that does the summons. Not Yuna? Oh, I don't know then. You talking about the one that wears all black? Because let me see, what was that character's name with all black? Lulu, that was her name. Yeah, Lulu was my favorite one when I first saw Lulu, 10. No, not that one. Well, I don't know who you're talking about then. Because the only other character I know in 10 with the R for a name is Yeah, you mean Riku. Yeah, it's her. Yeah, I was just about to say it's her. Because I don't know no Rin up in Final Fantasy X. I don't remember a Rin. You meant Riku, yeah. She looked so weird up in the first um, 10, and then in 10-2 she looked better with the longer hair to me. Okay, so 957 for that. Her ultimate weapon was easy. Let me see. What was her ultimate weapon? I don't remember if I got it or not. Oh, I think I did get this one for her. Yeah, I think I got that one for her. Yeah, that one's very easy to get compared to the others. I would have to probably look at my trophies for the game, but I think I do have that for her. Let me see if I can check real quick. Let's see, where is my Final Fantasy X? Yeah, there it is. I'll have to look after this fight. Oh, also, I don't know if you're a fan of Silent Hill, but there's a new one coming out finally. I didn't watch the video for it. I just remember seeing a thing. I didn't watch it though. I think it's still in my watch later. I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't even beat the other one I have on the PS3. I need to. Okay, so let's see. Trophies. Is there? Wait, where's the trophy for it? Is there a trophy for getting her thing? Because I'm not seeing anything about hers. Yeah, I don't see a trophy for uh for her ultimate weapon if it had one. I see one for getting all the weapons, and then of course, technically Titus's whenever it says complete the race with 0 time. Yeah, his I actually got pretty lucky on his. I think it only took me I think it probably took me less than an hour, but I got real lucky. It's so infuriating for his. But I'd honestly rather do his than Lulu's. I never tried Lulu's, but just from like how many you have to do, I don't think I would like it. Any of the other ones, I honestly don't think I would like. Yeah, I don't think I ever will go back on that game to get all of them. If I really want to plat the game, maybe, but I don't think I will. It's just too much. I don't want to break my controller. I think the only other time besides like that Titus, the only other time I really wanted to throw my controller in a Final Fantasy game was whenever I was playing the Final Fantasy VII remake on hard mode, because the fact that the little grunt enemies will stun the hell out of you, and especially if they have guns, it is so annoying to me. I think I stopped playing it after I got to that dude on the motorbike after you do his boss battle. I think I stopped right there. And I don't even want to think about getting to the arena part in the story. I would too for completion's sake, but it's just I don't know. Maybe one day, but definitely not anytime soon. Still nothing. Why is it so ridiculous just to get a passive on this thing? It is so common. Just give me a passive. I've only gotten one. Me either. I didn't like Blitzball in general, and I sure as hell wouldn't like it trying to get Wakas. It was so weird to play. It just felt weird and clunky. Another thing I'm wondering too with Last Recollection is, will they actually make poison good? Because really, the last game where I think poison was ever even good was probably Hollow Fragment, because you could actually increase the damage of it. I wonder also if they'll bring back Bleed, because Bleed is technically in this game, but we don't have it. I think only the Mantis can inflict you with Bleed. But I hope we have those back. Dagger should have should. 'Wonder what the load time is gonna be for it too. 870, nice. Yeah, any of them I would do before Waka. Waka would either be last or not at all. I'm still even surprised I even did Titus, because I wasn't planning on it. I just went to it and got lucky pretty quick. I want to say the last thing I was doing in that game was probably like the Beast Arena or something around there. I think. Because I think I was probably farming that Tonberry so I could level up the grid more. Maybe? It's been a long time. Yeah, that's what I started doing too. Once I got towards the very end, I started to go for a bunch of the other stuff that I could. Cause man, dude, like that. I think it was about that final fight with Seymour. It was so hard. And then even just the final fight too was hard. Like, man. And see, I will also want to try that Final Fantasy the Zodiac Age. I've seen some gameplay of it, and the combat system is kind of iffy to me. I don't know if I would like it, but I would like to try it. Same thing with Type Zero. I do want that too. You really like it? Yeah. Whenever I saw like just the gameplay on it and how like the movement and stuff was for the combat, I instantly liked it. Instantly. There were times where I was very close to buying it. I think sometimes it'd be on like deals and stuff like that, but I just never got around to getting it. One day though, one day. Okay, so still no changes on those. Okay. Yeah, because typically in Final Fantasy games you don't get a lot of them. So having a lot more is really nice to see. I think in 15, 15 has had the least amount um, that I've played. Well, technically the least amount besides 13, 2, and then 13. Because in 15 it's only you and then the three guys. That's the only game too without like an actual female party member. If you're not counting the Dragoon lady. Whenever she ends up partying up for a split, like for a little bit. You hated the time limit per thing. What time limit? Like what happened? 978. I'll go ahead and go sell right now. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Alright, I'm back. So let's go sell. And then I'll probably also check my inventory to make sure I'm not going to get anything going in temporary. There's actually an item I need to make sure I don't sell because I do want to keep it. I don't know if it's a I don't know if it was a really good roll or what. There's actually two items. I'll sell that and that. Because there's a belt I got with 76 on it instead. It was an hour system where each thing you did took so many hours before you had to do the next mission. Huh. So it was kind of like you had some free time, but then each thing you did during your free time took hours, and then once you hit that hour limit, you gotta go to the next part. Huh. Yeah, time systems I typically don't like when they're introduced in games because I've never done a time system in a game. And to me, I'd rather not be rushed, but um, I'm interested in trying one, whenever I get to Lightning Returns at some point. I'll be able to try that. Okay, so now inventory. Check these materials. Okay, so it looks like everything is pretty much good. Yeah, okay, I think that's all good. I actually need to get some red M shards. So I might do a little bit of that now. Because I do want to get Osna's Rapier Max. Since it's at 97. So I think we'll do a little bit of that. Yeah. So let's see, I think what, for red shards, okay, so it was bat. I haven't been to these in so long. Hang on a second. These bot accounts spamming again. There we go. This feels so weird doing it with two hand because I've never done it. That poor thing. Got a calamity. Dang, it's only 5 M shards from completing it? I thought it was more. What? I thought it was way more than this, man. This doesn't even make me dang. This makes me want to just go back to the DLC method, but I don't feel like running through that again. It'd be stupidly easy now, especially with, I mean, it was already easy with dual wheel, but definitely easy with the two hand, but man, I don't want to run through that. Plus, if I have no Zen, I can't do anything. Let me change back to that AoE. We can get rid of this. Wouldn't matter anyway. Cackling, and then buffer. Is it better to farm shards in the DLC? Yes, a lot better. Guys, you can either choose DLC is the best for L shards and even just M shards. But if you want to farm Memory Arena a lot, then you can get a memory badge, and I think you need only 2 memory badges if you have 100% discount from your renown rank, and you'll get 100 L shards for any color you choose. You can only get L shards from it though. Kind of sucks you can't get M shards. It'd be nice if you could get M shards for it, but they're like 1 badge with a max renown rank. But DLC 2 is pretty much your best method. The only thing is that it's just hard to get a color you want. Like for me, I was mostly wanting the black shards up there, but I was getting everything. I literally had it at one point for a whole hour. I did not get even 1 black L shard. And that's out of 3 chests. I don't know how many I need more for this M. I'll have to look. Yeah, it's way better, but I just hate running through the DLC. It just sucks. I don't know why they just don't make it to where we can just go in the dungeon anytime we want after the DLC. It makes no sense. They let you do that in HR, they let you do that in HF. I don't see why this is any different. So let's see, I need 90 M shards, and I think for the next one I'll probably need 90 or 100 maybe. So, not too many if I get lucky in the chest. I might even be able to hit these enemies pretty good without even using Zen. I'm gonna try it. It'll probably make this slightly longer, but I'm gonna see what happens. That's the only thing that kind of sucks about this two-hand. No accuracy. Well, not no accuracy, but no dex. Technically no accuracy. Okay, so it's actually doing, well, it's doing good with these a little bit, but we'll see on my down. See, like this right here, it's not wanting to do anything, but I can just kill him standing up. And nah, it might be better to go with the Zen. Or maybe you'd even just put on the accuracy passive, might be better. I'll try accuracy passive next. Okay, so let's try an accuracy. Excited for the new SAO game? It should be, in your opinion, should only be a SAO AL DLC since it's the same game engine. It is not the same game engine. Same devs, but not the same game engine. If it was the same game engine, AL would have already been looking like how the graphics look in that game. Personally, it should be a DLC, but it can't because they said before it's too big. The only reason I would wish it was a DLC is so I wouldn't have to start a whole new game. But yeah, it's not the same game engine. I think that's like an Unreal Engine or something. Because the one that they've been using is called like Fire or something. But yeah, same devs, not the same engine. Definitely not. But I am excited for it. I am. Got the scythe weapons. The game looked great. Got a next gen upgrade. I'm ready. Yeah, it's still not very good. I mean, it's not for my main gear, but for customs, it looks like it's better. I just can't down with my main gear. I might have to change to my armor. I might have to change it. Let's see. No, because I have this on, so I can't use the cloak. Never mind. Rip. How much accuracy is that? 451, and I had 560 on that. Was the accuracy really this low for this? Was it really? This practically has no dex, so let's see. It won't do anything mainly for my main armor. 467. Where's the dex? .472, so that's slightly better. I could even go with nimble. I could just change this to a sword dance as well. Actually, I can just use supreme reach. Yeah, I can just do that. That should help. You hope in the new game it's easier to level weapons? Proficiency wise, yeah, because I don't think they're going to bring back clamp clusters, so you can't cheese it with that. And we most likely won't have an item like the dull necklace where we can do 1 damage, so yeah. If we have an AoE skill and if we have enemies that can survive and we can just hit them all, It'll still be fast, but who knows? I would hope they bring back like it's a small change and it technically doesn't matter if it's there or not, but I would like if they had the star mastery counter like they did in HR, where you see how many times you've used that skill. Oh yeah, that's way better. Wait a minute, why does that look green up there? Is that just like the lighting up in this area? Why does that look... Is it because the lighting in this area, or is that actually green? I wonder why it's green. So let's see, we need a 90. We got 97, okay, so we can go do an upgrade real quick. Then see how much we need for the final one. So 100, yeah, okay, so that's just like I thought. So from 98 to 99, we'll get... Wow, that's like over 200 decks she gets added on to that. Wow. The strength really isn't a big increase, though. Not compared to the dex and the agility, how far that's going. But, okay. And for like the leveling weapons, like leveling them up easier too, I hope they keep it the same where the AIs, they get proficiency, it goes on to you as well. Or even just their star mastery, because that's a very big game changer. Cuts down the time a lot. Oh, you're mainly talking about the shard aspect. Yeah, hopefully they do, because it's very stupid to me how I think when they came out with the level cap for 50 and then like even just 99, after they made those level caps, sometime after, they reduced the amount of shards needed. Like, come on, man. They did that like both times. They should have known when they made plus 99, people were not gonna want to get all those shards. It's too much. And then before DLC 2 had that farming method, yeah, that's way too much. Way too much. Ridiculous. I'm all down for farming, but shards and stuff, I hate it. Mostly because there's not like a. There's good ways for it, but not really, if that makes sense. I would love if they did plus 99 in that game as well, but don't make it like how this game was, please. It would still be a grind, don't get me wrong, but make it better and just less. Because that's what really kind of makes me mad about the shards is when they did that. They'll release the new upgrade caps and then after a while they'll reduce it. Well, what about the people that already upgraded? Like, they just basically wasted that. I mean, we wish we would have known. Why is this guy not being downed? And if they also bring back like for customization like outfits and stuff, if they have hats in the game as well, actually make some hats. Make things that should be hats. Cause like whenever they made the hairstyle for like administrator's little halo thing, that should have been a hat. I shouldn't have to change my whole character's hairstyle to have that just to use it. Like there's so many features in this game that they just completely abandoned. The dye system. When they were showing trailers, they were actually making a lot of stuff showing the dyes, but you can't dye everything in this game. Oh, did I lose my galvanize? Rip. Give out those for free. Like after a while, I think maybe before we got the first DLC for the game, they did give like a free add-on pack that made it to where you can select like where you can have the materials for a legendary weapon. And then I think at one point they made it to where you can get a ticket and turn it into one of these blacksmith dudes, and you can actually select what kind of legendary weapon type you want. Back then though, I only made the one hand legendary. Like the base game legendary, I only made the the one hand. I made two of them, I think. Osmodeus, I think it was called. The tier 3. That was kind of like a complicated system, but it was actually pretty cool. I love the smith, like in that game for HR, like the smithing is so cool in that. Why is he not being downed? I don't. That's what I don't get. I mean, you're showing I'm hitting these other guys, but they're not changing out of their states. We got a lot of M shards from this. $79, yep, we're close. Probably about 2 more runs if we get real lucky. 2 or 3. Like even farming this for M shards is kind of lengthy, but if you get lucky on like the mob kills and the chest, it's not bad, not real bad. Compared to having to go walk through a whole DLC to get 3 chests and then get shards of a color you probably don't even want to use. Plus, these are just easier to kill. I mean, it's easy up there too, for me at least, but these are just better. See, I don't think I got shards that kill. Oh no, I think maybe I did, because I got 85 now. So we got 88. So yeah, I think if we get about 12 or so, however many they can drop, then we should be good. One thing I do like and hate about HR in a way is the Enigma orders. The Enigma orders are so cool, but it sucks doing them because some of the stuff, once you get higher level and stuff like that, it becomes a little harder to do some of the things. And then having to go out and find the element, like it's not hard to find the element, but it's just kind of annoying. I remember the last thing I did on there was I went to do a Enigma order for the Scimitar Paragon. I got the Paragon, and I decided to fully awaken that thing and do all. So we got 93. Okay, so now it decides to do this. I'm wondering if Let me see. Can this change? Let's see. Can that maybe fix it? I don't think I can actually fix the stream at all whenever it does this. Yeah, I don't think I can fix it. Well, I think that'll be it though for streaming for tonight. It was fun. It was fun definitely chatting about a bunch of the stuff. I will probably do it again tomorrow. I gotta go eat with some family tomorrow. So, probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then maybe sometime during the week or next weekend. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a good night as well.